Opening day 2025 finally here for the Bengals. Mike Petraglia inside Huntington Bank Field on the shores of Lake Erie. Several hours before the 1 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff, we had heavy rain, even some lightning reported in the area. They had to shut down the field, the inside lower bowl of the stadium, clear all the workers out until it passed. It has since passed. As for the weather at 1 p.m., we are expecting clear skies, sunshine, and a temperature around 62 degrees. Of course, that's what they said back in 2023. All Bengal fans remember what happened back then. It was clear weather several hours before the game, even up until the game. Then the rain started. It got progressively worse. As a matter of fact, Bengals head coach Zach Taylor said that was some of the heaviest rain he's ever dealt with in the course of his NFL coaching career. Bengals are hoping that is not a repeat this time around. But in all fairness to the Bengals, that was Joe Burrow essentially on one leg in 2023, coming off that strained calf injury the second day of training camp. It really didn't get better until about 3 or 4 games into the season. Today, it's a different story. The Bengals are built much differently. They are much more suited to playing in all sorts of weather, including a running game that features Chase Brown, Samaje Perine, of course, and rookie Taj Brooks out of Texas Tech. So Bengals have many more options to go to, and there are those who will tell you that it's easier to pass the ball in the rain if your quarterback is mobile, which Joe Burrow wasn't in 2023 here. But if the quarterback is mobile, he can move around, and it's harder for the pass rush to get their footing on this natural grass field, of course. And if a cornerback slips when the receiver knows where he's going, but the cornerback doesn't, well, you can have big plays down the field, and certainly that would suit Jamar Chase and T. Higgins very, very well, thank you. Of course, last year the Bengals didn't have T. Higgins for the first 2 games, and first game against the New England Patriots, and Jamar Chase was a bit distracted. He wasn't, to his own admission, fully prepared. He's fully prepared this week. You heard him talk on Thursday. He is ready to go. T. Higgins is ready to go. Bengals are at full strength, and that should be very good news for Dan Picture, Zach Taylor, and the offensive play callers of the Bengals offense. Bengals are favored in this game. If they don't turn the ball over, they stand a very, very high chance of winning this game. Zach Taylor asked earlier this week what happened last year. What does he remember about that incredibly painful upset loss to the Patriots at Paycor Stadium? Turnovers. Bengals lost that battle 2-0. Not only did they turn the ball over twice, they turned the ball over on downs. Tanner Hudson had the fumble at the goal line, of course. And the Bengals couldn't force any turnovers against the Patriots, Jacoby Brissett and company. And that's why they lost that game. They expect to be much more prepared emotionally, physically, mentally for this game. We'll see what happens. In terms of the weather, again, we are expecting clear skies, we'll see, 62 degrees, and not much of wind in terms of it impacting the game much at all, but certainly if there's any wind, that can always impact the passing game, but we'll see. But again, no heavy rain is in the forecast for now, several hours before the 1 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. As for elevations, keep this one in mind. Mike Pennell, the veteran of several teams and many seasons in the National Football League, the defensive tackle, should be activated for game time. That gives the Bengals another run stopper in the middle of the defensive line, along with T.J. Slaton, along with Chris Jenkins, and, of course, along with B.J. Hill. So the Bengals are all about, in this game, stopping the run. Jerome Ford cannot go off. The Bengals know that the Browns want to be able to run the ball, and the Bengals want to be able to stop it. So you should see at least 4 defensive tackles active for this game for the Bengals. Health is not an issue. The Bengals come into this game fully healthy. They had nobody on the injury report all week long. That's a good sign, you would figure, for the Bengals as they go up against Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns. Flacco can still spin it, as Joe Burrow said this week. So you got to be careful if you're the Bengals on offense to not let any of their receivers, Jerry Jeudy and company, get behind you. Joe Flacco can still throw the ball 60 yards down the field. You want to be able to get, along with Trey Hendrickson making his first appearance of the year, you want to be able to get in there, get some pressure on Flacco, make him run, which he really doesn't want to do, and put pressure on the Browns quarterback. Obviously, the big offensive game plan, make sure Myles Garrett doesn't wreck you at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to put some pressure on Lucas Patrick making his first start at right guard for the Bengals. You're also talking about a rookie at left guard and Dylan Fairchild making his first career NFL start. Keep an eye on the interior of the Bengals offensive line. We'll have you covered all game long on the X at Trags, Trags. Of course, pregame, postgame. Be sure to check out the preview and the prediction I have up there on clnscincy.com. We'll have my takeaways also on clnscincy.com. And be sure to join me and Richard Skinny of Local 12 as we have the postgame analysis on the Jungle Roar Pod on our YouTube page, youtube.com/@Jungle Roar Pod. Inside Huntington Bank Field on the shores of Lake Erie, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.